Welcome back, guys. It's the Brothers Geek Out podcast, and I've got another special guest. And today we're going to do something different on the show. But first of all, I'm going to give a massive intro to this guy because I met him a couple of years ago at a Comic-Con, and he goes by different aliases, and he doesn't mind how you pronounce it. But I'm going to call him by his real name, Raheem Salim. How's it going, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Yeah, obviously, I don't mind, and like you pointed out, I don't mind. It's all good, but funny intro.
It's all good. It's all good. But I'm going to give you I'm going to give this guy a big boy intro because this guy's artwork is out of this world. And it's weird because was following my work and then I followed your work and I was like, this guy's work is absolutely amazing. Ryan, give us a bit of a background of what got you into doing the comic book artwork.
Like, what can I say? It's like, it's like obviously I started off like from watching like the Max Fleischer cartoons that really got me into superhero drawings and the comic books and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me a deep dive into stories like the death of Superman and stuff like Justice League and all this other stuff in it. But I didn't really, and plus games, a lot of games, the old Mickey Mouse games, the Sonic games, then like God of War, which I haven't really played, but I've played, or I've fond memories of, different memories of, I played bits, not too much. Then, you go to like Kingdom Hearts, like it's like mostly games have the biggest influence on me, wow, got me into drawing. But recently, it's more superhero based. That's why you can see my artwork's more, like you said, like more comic book style.
Yeah, no, definitely. Bro, I think you maybe have to hold the mic a little bit closer.
Sorry?
I think you maybe have to hold the mic a bit closer. It goes down slightly.
Oh, damn it. What about now?
Yeah, much better. No, your style, the thing is, because you could see all of the gaming and the things that you grew up with in your artwork. It's a representation of what you've seen and what you've grown up with. You can blatantly see that in the work that you do.
Okay.
So
I think recently I'm going more towards cartoon. My style.
Yeah.
I like the simple style works. Plus, drawing tough but enjoyable, but mostly tough. And the simple you can make it, it's like the best for me anyway. So
no, of course.
Drawing it.
No, definitely. I see that. So, guys, we've got like another screen up here, and you've got he's got Photoshop open. Is it a program is this the program you always use, or is there any other programs that you've enjoyed recently?
Recently, so I started off with Photoshop, like digital illustration. Like all of us, I started with Paint, but no one has those files anymore. Then I've really gone into Photoshop with heavy and learned quite a lot. But recently, I got into Procreate. So so whatever you see with Photoshop, I might be a bit rusty right now because I haven't used my tablet in like quite a long time, innit?
It's all right. It's okay. I'll let you take your time.
Yeah, old Procreate, man. It's like ever since I saw you post something with Procreate, and then I talked to you, and you were like, "Yeah, it's a cheaper option as well. Plus, it's so easy to use." I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I want to try it out, and I've been loving it.
No.
So thanks for that recommendation, innit? So.
You're welcome. It's a good app. I absolutely love it. It's weird because it's made me a better digital artist than I am on paper and pencil.
I know, right? It's so weird. Sometimes you go back to paper and pencil, and you're like, "Oh crap! Do I know how to draw anymore?"
It's weird because I tried to draw. So basically, I tried to draw Sam as Captain America yesterday, and I was sketching it on a piece of card, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot how to draw on a piece of paper," because I've got so used to using my whack and my
exactly, right. So you get so used to it, and you're like.
But I still love traditional artwork. It's just something therapeutic about it.
True.
No, definitely. So, I know you're gonna scribble away while we talk, so I'm gonna let you start scribbling away. But I'm gonna ask you, what was the first? Do you remember what was your first comic book you read, bro?
The first one, I have to say, it was something Justice League related, or it was like either it was Death of Superman, or it was this Superman and Batman World's Finest book. Like I remember the cover. Honestly, I still remember that cover, but I don't know who wrote it or who drew it. Like it's been so long.
Yeah.
like the cover was basically like, you know, the Max Fleischer cartoon, like Superman cartoon you see in it.
Yeah,
You've seen the iconic pose where there's lights shining from the background
that's
and
right.
it's his silhouette,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
But
yes.
you also got Batman right next to him
Ah,
in the bottom of the cover, and the bat signals shining out. Like, so it's like I literally remember the cover, but I forgot who drew it. And it was like that was one of my first introduction to Superman and Batman being on the same world. It
yeah.
was either that or the death of Superman. But honestly, I didn't know what I was reading. Like, you know, it was mostly for awesome pictures. You're like, oh my days, this is awesome. You switch to the
No,
next
of
one. Oh my
course,
days.
yeah. That's right. That's right. That's what it was like for me because I was the X-Men. As soon as I saw the X-Men cover, I was like, what the hell? This is
Yeah, honestly,
amazing.
like, I remember the first thing that I fully understood was like Ultimate X-Men. Because I
Yeah.
was reading Ultimate. By the time Ultimate X-Men came out, I was like, okay, my brain's more, you know, fully aware. And when
Hmm.
I'm reading, I'm like, oh, I know what's happening in the story. I don't have to look at just images.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's so. Do you have a favorite superhero, bro? Do you have one superhero, or is it loads of superheroes?
Honestly, it keeps. I give this answer to everyone, but it keeps changing every month or every year.
So which one is
I'm,
it this
I'm
month, bro?
I'm like a little kid in a candy store. It's like I can't choose one. How am
It's
I
so
going to
true.
choose one?
I'm the same. I don't have one. I know whose powers I would have though.
Oh, same here. So maybe I want Nightcrawler's powers or Wolverine's.
Oh, nice. So you would want the healing powers, yeah?
Yeah, healing or teleportation and Nightcrawler's. Like honestly, come and think about it, like you want to go somewhere, teleport. You want to move something, grab that thing and teleport in it.
So
And
true.
with
So
Wolverine,
easy.
like it's like Wolverine. Like, you know, as a kid, I was very active, and
Mm,
you know, the older you get more cautious, sort of.
that's right.
But it's like if I was to injure myself, I know I'm gonna be fine. Instantly heal. Oh my day, my bone broke. Oh, it's fine. It's gonna heal.
Yeah. Now, two really good powers. I'm a fan of Wolverine, so it's one of the powers that I'd like as well. Healing powers, I think, is quite important. But my only downfall with the healing powers is immortality.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
So
I think that's quite hard and harsh. It's and it's we don't know where the world's heading at the moment, so
exactly
it's
right. The way things going, you're like, oh, do I want to be around?
exactly. Uh, how long did you use Photoshop before, like, when it came to doing your illustrations? Is it something you
Oof.
studied, or was it just something you just picked up along the way?
I remember I started around like I started using Photoshop around I want to say 2008 or 2009.
Okay.
Like I remember when I started using it, like my uncle got me into it. Like he would show me a few tips and tricks. Oh, you can do this, or here's layers that you can use. Because you know, the minute you get Photoshop, you don't know what you're doing. And if I start
Exactly.
drawing, it's all on one layer. I don't know what effects are, what anything is. So yeah, it's like he got me interested, showed me a few things that he knew, and then
Mm,
from there, I just went. I picked up a few things here and there, and I just started experimenting. Sometimes, you know, you go through the layers, styles, and you're like, oh, this one does that, this one
yeah,
does that. Cool.
that's good. That's interesting because I similar thing for me was I saw somebody in, like, I'm going back years now, from 1997, and like can't remember which Photoshop it was. Photoshop 4 or 5. Anyway,
Yeah,
and I saw somebody doing it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in the wrong course. I'm in the wrong course.
yeah.
I need to be doing this. And
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
learned
yeah,
by myself. I same thing, Photoshop. I did a bit of photography, and I saw Photoshop. I saw illustration. I saw photo manipulation. That's what I learned on
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And then I was like,
That's
okay, you
something
know
I
what?
really want to get into for manipulation. I've been
Yeah,
trying every here and then. You might have seen my Mortal Kombat one
that was really good,
recently.
bro. That was really.
And
That's it's
honestly, I learned
hard.
so much doing that one. So I'm
Yeah,
like you said, it is hard. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I hope I'm
yeah.
doing it right.
That is it, because you were doing, like, characters from scratch, and I was like, wow. Like, I saw your process video, and I was like, oh my god. Like, how long did that take you altogether?
Honestly, you know, the first half of the video, the DC side, I think
Yeah,
that was like 8 hours.
my god.
I didn't even realize because I was doing it like, every other day.
Of
Because I'm
course,
like,
of
okay, I
course.
know what I'm doing here. And then you get to a point where I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, I'll take a break and maybe come back to it. And apparently that ended up with an 8-hour video. And I was like, wow, I did not realize that. Luckily, it was over a few days in it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
no,
the
of course, of
in-play
course.
side, my days, the Mortal Kombat side, that was like, when I put the entire video together, it was like, I want to say 16 to 20 hours.
Wow.
That side was a pain, man. I was like, oh, why did I start this? Because I
But
don't
I
want to do
mean,
that thing I used to do back in the day anyway. I just start something, then you just quit. You're like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm going to move on.
no, of course, and I've had that with various projects. It always seems to happen. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go through this no more. I'm gonna leave it, start the next one.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Uh, and I mean, it happens as an artist. You go through projects, and I've got one project that I've been trying to finish for the past coming up to 4 or 5 years now, and I haven't even inked it yet. It's an idea. It's just there. I sketch it.
Mm-hmm.
I sketch it, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it digital, and I'm gonna ink it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, understandable, right? Sometimes it just gets to a point where you're like, what do I do? How do I move forward in it? It's just that thing.
Exactly. But I mean, that's the hardest part of being an artist and trying to get products done, because if the visuals don't come out good at the end, you're like, why the hell did I start this for?
It's like you might have the idea in your mind and you're just like aiming. It's like you're constantly chasing that one idea
Hmm.
in your mind, right? Whenever you start drawing, and then you're like, if it doesn't work out, you're like you said, why did I start this? Why am I doing this?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, but I mean, I think the Mortal Kombat one paid off, bro. It was awesome. It was so good.
I learned a lot in this, so luckily it paid off. I was like, oh crap. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
man.
of
Thank you.
course. No, definitely. And watching the process as well, which is the fun part, because uh, most of the listeners, when they do ask questions or comment or whatever, uh, guys, I forgot to say, everybody remember, we're on all platforms now, so you can stream us on Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. And if you want to see our faces, and you know what, you will have to watch this one, because you have to go to YouTube to watch this one while he's sketching. You got to see it. But yeah, got thrown off topic there, bro. I had to do the plugins, bro. So making
Yeah,
sure
you're not
people.
fine, man. You have to do that. You have to come.
uh, but yeah, no. Your process, bro, because I always ask you for advice when it comes to doing the digital stuff as well, because it's still kind of new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
No,
so,
plus you got like you got a kid now. You're married, so it's like you have a very amount of time that you can spend doing something. So
oh,
it's all
dude,
cool.
I wish I had 20 hours.
Man, I was honestly shocked that it was 20 hours. I was like, what? I saw I thought it was less.
Oh my god, it happens. It happens. It happens. But yeah, we're talking about unfinished projects. So like, I've got this Back to the Future project that's been in my head for a long time,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I've actually sketched it out in different formats, and I've actually put it to it's like a homage, and I wanted to get it released before the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future, but I still
Mm-hmm.
didn't even get the chance to have the time to kind of just go through it. And it's an idea that I absolutely love, and I think people will enjoy it as well. But I don't know. I need that day where suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And I think we all get that, where we suddenly were like, all right, we're gonna do this now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, dude, I
That's
wanted to.
probably just good, man. Like whenever you can, like I keep saying, okay, you got so much going on. If you can find the time, you like try and do it. If not, it's fine. Just like relax in it. I
Yeah,
think that's
no,
what one thing I learned when I was a kid as well. When I was like, in my younger days when I was starting off.
yeah. I know, no, definitely, without that. I'm gonna take my time. I've learned that a lot in the past, and I had a little break as well, which helped out, and that's what made me get creative with these posters. So
Awesome. You see what you were able to do in after a small break.
you know what though? That's the thing with social media, isn't it? It's the dangerous thing. You're always on it.
Oh, that is so true, man. It's like recently I've been trying to get off social media as well. Because I've got other stuff come. I've got to finish up. And I'm like, yeah, I need a small break. I can't be posting like I used to. Like I remember 2019 or 2020, I kind of like, no, 2019 or 2018, I kind of
Yeah.
tired myself out because I was trying to do this daily post or, like
Yeah, yeah,
Intoba,
yeah.
small time like Intoba, those tire you out, innit? And then trying to keep up weekly and then the algorithms keep changing. Right now I'm in a headspace where, you know what? Those can keep changing. I'm going to post whenever I can.
And it's true. And I think I accepted that in the break I had. Because I
Awesome.
think the last conversation we had, I was like, I just don't feel like I've got enough time. The reason why is
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm on my phone half the time. So you're not being
yeah.
constructive. You're being,
Yep. Oh, same here, man.
yeah, you're not being constructive. But so like that gave me ideas for like the posters. Like they are so simplistic, bro. Like, but I had so much fun putting them together in Photoshop. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I want them to like they're not. I've had people ask, are these for sale? No, they're not for sale. They're for my own
Those
personal
are your own
use.
personal things, innit?
Yeah, but I wanted to give, you give it that personal touch, isn't it? So it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, pick it first though. The hard part is picking your favorite stuff that inspires you and that kind of brought out your creativeness. And then
Yep.
after that was uh, putting them together, making them stand out in a way where I'm gonna enjoy looking at them. And for real, bro, I come in there sometimes and I just stare at them.
No, even right now, like it's a small screen on my screen, and I'm like looking at them as well.
Yeah, the color tones and everything. My sister, she's like a fashion designer. She helped me with the color code.
Oh, okay, wow.
So I asked her, I was like, look, I've got this empty wall. What can I do with it? And she was like, why don't
Mhm.
pick these colors? And I was like, perfect. And it goes really well. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Uh, but yeah, when you have that space and you don't feel like you have to, like I feel like social media has come to a point now where it's making people you have to be on it.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of changed that where I'm not on it as much no more, and I found that I'm getting a better response from it as well because sometimes I think some people I feel like their feed is just full of my stuff and why is this guy's stuff all over my page for, man, from my For You page and all the page. So now it's calmed down a lot and I feel like I bet make better content as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like what you've done with your YouTube channel, bro. Like I absolutely love watching your art process right now because I think the
Thanks,
last one
man.
I saw was Eve, Incredibles,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Invincible.
Invincible one.
Sorry, Invincibles. Oh,
You've been watching the show. You're up to date, innit?
bro. I'm so looking forward to tomorrow's episode.
My it is crazy.
How are you
Well, like
finding it?
they've changed quite a lot from the books, as in the order of stuff, and they've
Yeah.
added a few stuff.
Okay.
Like they've added, the whole mom side of the story.
Yes. Yes.
It's all new. So
Yeah.
even for me, when I'm watching it, I'm like, whoa, it keeps me on my toes because at first when I was like, okay, I know what's gonna go on, and as I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, I know where the story is going, and then all of a sudden, add the whole mom angle, and then they changed the order of the story. Like
That's
certain
right.
stuff happens after other events, or certain stuff happens before other events,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this isn't supposed to happen now. This is supposed to happen like 50 issues later or
That's
something.
right.
And I'm like,
That's right.
actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm loving this.
No,
It
it was
keeps me
good.
guessing, innit?
Very keeps
Especially
you
the mom
guessing.
side, because that's a whole new story that was not even in the original. And I'm like, this is awesome. I don't
No,
even
of
know where the story.
course. That's right. They had to. I suppose they had to change it because there's going to be new people that are going to watch it, isn't it? It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously.
my brother in Hong Kong. He hasn't read the comic book, so he was like, he absolutely loves it. He's like, this is like, you know, they've made it so that people who haven't read the comic book can actually enjoy it as well.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's just awesome. Like I said, it's like I don't know where the story is going. I'm like, wait, are they gonna change more events but keep the overall story up the same? Like you never know that could happen, right? It's like the story
Mm,
could literally go anywhere while still it's like the way Marvel tends to do some of their stories, isn't it? Like
that's right.
Winter Soldier or Civil War or even
Mm,
Infinity War. Like they're not direct adaptations.
that's
They
right.
make changes and everyone still ends up loving what happens at the end.
Of
Even though
course.
you might have differing opinions, you still sort of enjoy the last final product.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Definitely, without a doubt. I feel they've adapted it very well. What was your thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier, bro?
I thought the first episode was pretty good, as in the sense it sort of set a tone.
Yeah.
and established everything, like even for action and everything. You're like, okay, this will get quite interesting. But then I think after episode 2, it kind of lost me. Like I'm like, because I didn't know. Like, I don't know, something about it just felt like they needed more time. Like they were
Hmm.
rushing through a lot of story points. But then by the end, it was like, yeah, I do like the story. I just wish it could have been better.
Do you feel like, so as you said, you feel like it was rushed? Do you feel like during COVID and during all the things that happened last year that they changed a lot of things?
Yeah, apparently I heard they did change some stuff, right? Like I find out recently. Apparently the Flag Smasher story was completely changed.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently there was supposed to be some virus or vaccine related side story with them. That's why
okay.
in episode 2, Bucky goes, they've got a lot of vaccines. But then, with COVID and everything, so they had to change up the storyline. And
Understand.
I'm like,
Okay.
okay, that's awesome, but it's still kind of annoying as well, because even after watching all the episodes, I'm like, my main interest and what sold me on the story was still Sam, Bucky, John Walker.
Hmm.
And why wasn't more focus placed on them? Even Zemo, when Zemo came on the screen, you're like, my dad, he just stole the entire show in that one episode. And
Yeah.
Sam and Bucky are barely getting any highlight until obviously the final episode. But
Of
it's like,
course, of course, of course, of course. I mean, even though they had like how many episodes? 6 episodes. We got
I
six
was actually
hours.
shocked they had six.
Huh?
No, I was saying I was shocked that they had six.
I
I
thought they
thought
would
it
have
would
had
be
more.
exactly same. I thought there'd be more.
There'd be more because I think 6 episodes is too much. They had too
Yeah,
much to pack into that one.
yeah, they had too much to pack in that 6 hours slot.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
this
like they
time,
could
like
have taken some things out.
that 10. Let's say if they were to do 10, I guess, or 8, they could fish everything out. 8
That's
seems like
right.
a more of a comfortable number.
That's right. That's
But
right. That's right.
for 6, it should have been. I don't know. Like after watching the entire series, I was like, you know what? They should have taken the Flag Smashers out. The main focus should have solely been Sam, Bucky, obviously. Then you got John Walker and Lamar, and then you could do the whole downfall of John Walker as the US agent.
Hmm.
And you could be a weekly villain type of thing where they come in, these random villains we're never gonna see in their big MCU movies, and
Hmm.
they can just drop them here in the show. They
Yeah.
beat them, go into the next episode, and it's still saying how John's becoming more extreme and why Sam needs to take the mantle. Because I love what your brother said, that
Hmm.
when Sam takes up the shield, it would be more about protecting and respecting the legacy,
Yeah.
what Jordan did. And I was like, okay, that's actually interesting way to look at it, because I didn't think of it that way. I just thought he has to take the shield because Steve gave him the shield, didn't it?
Yeah. No, I feel like he had to earn it himself, and I think that's what my brother was trying to say. Is like he didn't he didn't realize what the shield what it meant
Yeah,
to
yeah, exactly.
people.
It's like he didn't realize what it meant, and now it's like he has to protect it and safeguard it while taking it forward, like the history forward.
No, definitely, without a doubt, definitely. His costume looked awesome though.
Oh, his costume was so good, man. I was like, like I've had a few couple. I think it didn't. It felt like it didn't fit him. But I think if it was more of a tighter fit, it would look amazing because the design just looks. It's literally like it's literally from the comic.
From the comics,
They
yeah,
barely
exactly.
changed anything. They just added extra lines on it.
That's right. That's right. Extra lines. But yeah, you're right. The bagginess on there, you can feel it. You can definitely see that.
But obviously, but I'm getting since they announced Captain America 4, like he'll have a better fit by then.
Probably would do, bro. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the Phase 4 of the Marvel universe because I know we've been waiting for like Black Widow for almost over a year now.
Yeah, but honestly, it's like because we've waited so long, I'm kind of losing interest in Black Widow. I'm like it's been so long, man. It's like I don't know. So I'm just like, okay, cool, you come in now.
Bro, you got a little buzzing happening on your microphone.
Oh crap! What about now? Is it okay now?
No, it's still there.
Oh damn! I don't know what. Did I press something or did I not press something? Crap.
No, it should be all right. It should be all right. Don't worry about that. Say something. It should be all right now, bro. Give it a go. It sounds quite clear.
Can you hear me? Can you still hear
Yeah,
me? Is
I
the
can
buzzing
hear
on?
you now. Yeah, the buzzing's still there, but it's not as loud as it was before.
I think it might be my laptop. The fan
Oh,
might be, but yeah, probably. I'm guessing. I'm not so sure.
It's all right, man. I'm looking at your sketch right now, man, and your composition has been
No,
awesome.
you know the thing I was saying before, like you asked what was the first comic you read,
Yeah,
and I said I can still picture the cover. The cover was something like this,
yeah.
but I forgot who drew it, who wrote it.
I'm gonna try and look for that now.
Because I forgot who, like, what's it called? Because I remember I didn't know what to do at first, and then the
Yeah.
minute you mentioned, I was like, you know what, that might be interesting to redraw that cover. I still remember.
No, it looks good, bro. Definitely looks good. Really good. Now you can make that later on a finished drawing, because I know how long the process takes on something like that. But just letting the listeners know, like, uh, laying out an image is so important, and I think that's where I've kind of started to learn a bit more as well. So when I did the Justice League poster and putting characters together
Mhm.
and stuff like that,
Yeah. I
again,
do love that one. Yeah.
it took ages, and you don't realize what you miss out, highlights and things like that. Uh, it didn't take as long as 20 hours, but it did take me
That's a
like
good thing. It didn't take you
a
that long,
couple
man.
of it did take a couple of hours. I think the first day it took about 2 hours, and then I went on it every other day to try and finish it off, but it wasn't as long as 20 hours. But I can totally understand the frustration and the pain to go through it. And I didn't even do image manipulation like you did, bro, because you even created parts of
Because,
the
one of
costumes.
my biggest problems was the actress's name, Jessica McNamee.
Yeah.
Like like her, I couldn't get a proper image of Sonya Blade in that angle with that face.
Mm.
And like you've seen the big protest video. Like I've changed the face so many times, so many
Yeah.
images. I was just like, literally, there were days where I was just staring, and I'm like, this isn't working. Okay, let's change it. And then I give up. Then I come back 2, 3 days later, and I'm like, let me try something. Eventually, luckily, I found something like I was going through YouTube clips,
Mm.
found a screenshot that, found it, boom, and then it just worked. I was like, finally, took me so
Nice.
long, and that added to the 20 hours.
I wouldn't be
Honestly,
surprised, bro.
I think if I didn't spend that long on trying to get her right, I could lessen the time.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, you did well, bro. You put it together really well. Uh, I was gonna ask, bro. So are you reading anything currently at the moment?
Currently not reading anything. I'm trying to get more into. I'm trying to get back into manga because I was reading One Piece a lot.
Okay,
That was the
cool.
main story that I was following. I kind of
Okay,
fell off. I didn't fall off. I just took a break because I'm like, I like building it up. Sometimes you like reading it weekly,
that's right.
but it kind of gets annoying. So you're like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let these episodes build up, like these chapters build up. Then I just read it all in one go, in it. Spend that 1 or 2 days just reading it all, and you get the overall story. You enjoy it. It's like binge watching, it, binge reading, I guess.
Exactly.
Um, what else am I reading? I was sort of reading the current X-Men line for a while. The
Yeah.
whole House of X,
Yeah.
Hickman, what he was doing. But I kind of fell off there because I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. There's just too many to keep track of. And I'm like, okay, I'll just buy the graphic novel whenever they finish this story. It'd be
No.
much more easier to read. But I'm trying to
Uh,
get into Astro City recently. I started reading it yesterday.
okay. Cool.
It,
Looking
it's
him.
it's like this weird, not weird. It's like an amalgamation. Is that the right word? Of
Okay.
DC and Marvel, but it's
Okay.
by Image Comics. You've got characters like Superman, who's called the Samaritan, and when you look at him, you're like, yeah, he definitely looks like a Superman character.
I know. I loved it. I
I think
think
it's
at the
like
moment.
Busiek and Alex Ross is one of the
Mm.
main. They're the main people that are working on it or
Oh
worked on
right.
it. I think.
I need to check that out. I haven't seen that yet, so I need to check that out. Uh,
I recently just read like that one issue, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like one part of the book. Oh, I'm not. Oh, wait, I forgot. I forgot what was reading as well. Once and Future.
okay.
That's what it's called, and it's me personally. I think it's amazing.
All right.
First of all, the art is by Dan Mora. You've seen his work everywhere recently. He's been blowing up recently, but
I have to check that out.
his work is just amazing. And then I forgot who was like Kieran Gillian. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% sure I got that name wrong. But what they're doing with that story, it's a new version, new telling of King Arthur, but in the
Okay.
modern. world, but there's more of a spin to it. That's all I can really say without spoiling anything. Like, I got into it, I want to say last year, and I've been loving
Okay.
it. I got the first volume. I'm hoping I can buy volume 2 pretty soon because I want to
Okay.
know what happens. But art amazing, writing amazing. Even the story idea is just like it's awesome.
I'll have
Like I
to
think
check
he
it out.
recently Dan Moore was working on Batman.
I think
Yeah, I want to
so.
see. Sorry.
I think so. I need to double check that.
Yeah, I think he's working on Batman recently, but that his work was like on Once and Future. I'm like, my God, this guy's crazy. The way he lays the panel out, the way he draws the characters, the
Hmm.
character design as well. It's just like he introduced Beowulf, and you're like, okay, this is a. Okay, I thought this was King Arthur. Why is Beowulf in the story? But okay, cool. I'm loving it. I'll go along with it.
Hmm. No, I'll definitely look into that. That sounds interesting. I've been reading some. What have I been? I've been reading a couple of weird ones. I've been reading one called what was it called? Invasion from WrestleTopia, which
Oh, I
is
haven't heard of that one, but I'll have to keep that in mind.
it's a wrestling homage comic book, but it's about
Okay,
a planet called WrestleTopia, and there's a guy who looks like
okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage that says that he's the greatest in the galaxy, and they come and invade the world and they start wrestling, and it's hilarious. It's actually a good comedy book, but if you see the artwork, it's so clean and so neat. I fell in love with the artwork and the story because it's a comedy. It's easy to read. You don't have
Yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah.
technical, so it worked perfectly. But the other one I'm reading is The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Uh,
I've seen artwork from that.
okay, so the artwork
Copy
again
of
is
it.
amazing. It's a very, very dark story. So uh, this is without being spoilerish, but the story is based on uh, Michelangelo and the foot Shredder and the foot soldiers have killed his brothers.
Oh, is that the one Boss Logic did that artwork for?
Yeah,
Oh, crap. Okay. Well, I need to look into that.
bro,
I
the
knew.
story is deep. Oh my god, it's so deep. It's one of my favorite comic books from 2019.
Oh,
Sorry, not
damn.
2019. What am I talking about? 2020, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And
it's one of my.
it's all COVID, man. So all the time is literally mixing into 1 or 2 years. You're like, sorry, as you were saying.
Yeah, bro, really good read. Uh, Artwork's amazing. It's coming up to issue 3 or 4 now, so I can't wait. It's so deep because think about uh, it's like it's you see Michelangelo is the heart of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And to see him like this, bro, it's like the Punisher story, but in the Turtles world.
Especially, like you said, he's the heart of the story, and him by himself. Okay, that's a
It's
completely different angle. He's
deep,
by
bro.
himself, right?
Yeah, he's by himself, man, and
Yeah,
uh, there is some. I'm not going to put no more spoilers, but there is some more characters in there. Uh, but it's just so. It's a character flip. He's the jolly fun dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was the guy that didn't take things too seriously. He had the best one-liners
Yep.
to becoming. He's almost like Frank Castle now, and you're like,
Oh,
holy
damn.
shit. They
What?
he smashed it, bro. It's really good, bro. It's a good read. It's deep. It's emotional because the opening scene is that of his brothers, and you're like, oh my god,
Oh, oh, crap.
yeah. And he carries, and the one thing I love, he's always got his brother's weapons with him.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
reminder of what he's doing. So definitely, 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 bro. Like you're sketching this right now, which is absolutely awesome. And viewers, you guys need to come check out this the YouTube video. Uh, where did you learn your body autonomy, bro?
Honestly, from cartoons, isn't it?
Yeah, so it was just pure practice from there, yeah.
Yeah, looking at cartoons and obviously like real life, when you're watching a movie and certain characters that make certain moves when they're fighting, and you just
Mm,
notice something about that muscle movement. You're like, "Oh, okay, cool. That's how that muscle going to that muscle, and that's how it
yeah,
would react or in move when this movement happens. or this that's how the fabric would move. Okay, cool. And then I also try to break it down to how we would look in animation. You know,
Yeah.
like the more I can simplify something for myself, the better. So I don't have to
Of course.
spend as much time.
And that's an amazing skill, because I've started to use like these anime models. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
them. So you could like put them in different. It's like a mannequin. You can put them in different positions and trying to learn a
Okay.
bit more. Because I feel like I've come to a point now in my art journey that I want to kind of go to the simplify route, because after doing these
Yeah.
posters and some of my artwork that I do on my iPad is much more simple to compared to my work from 4 years ago, because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be the next Jim Lee, but I've realized now that with
Because this,
timing
this
and
Bitcoin Jim,
construct,
like same mission, innit? I want to be the next Jim Lee the way he does, but then you're like, okay, it's gonna take way too long to get to there because that's a different way of thinking to get to his level.
have you seen you watch his videos? Yeah, it's like amazing. He uses a piece of
The one
tissue
he
and
posts on
Tipex, bro.
no way. I think I've seen a few videos,
Yeah,
but and I've seen him use Tipex to do some certain things. I'm like, whoa, okay, you took it from point A to point 100, and I'm like, how did that happen? Like, this is different numbers. One's a letter, one's a number, and you just like, it's amazing the stuff he's able to do. Like, even use his tissue, right,
yeah,
to
tissue to blur the
draw
backgrounds with ink. He used
and I'm like,
ink, retro ink or
how?
something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, wait, how? My brain would never be able to like. It's like,
He,
what's going on? Give me your powers.
he's a master, bro. He's a master at what he does. As he says in all of his videos, and everybody asks the same question: practice, 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 isn't it? Practice plays part.
True.
And even if it's not going to be an amazing piece, you're still
It's
doing it.
gonna
And I think,
eventually take you to where you want to. Like, keep practicing. And
yeah, exactly that. And that's the main thing. Uh, what sort of tips would you give an up and coming artist who's learning comic book artwork, bro? What tips would you give them?
I would say, first of all, you want to know how the human body works. That's one of the major things. Then, if you got that understanding,
Hmm.
then if sport becomes easier. Now you know if you were to do different perspectives, or you were to, I don't know, do this weird, crazy angle,
Hmm.
it's a lot more easier. Plus, use a lot of reference. Like, don't shy away from reference.
Hmm.
Like for quite a while, I had this thing in my mind where no, I'm not going to use reference. Reference is cheating, or using reference doesn't make you feel superior, innit?
Hmm.
Because I have to come up with it from my mind. But now it's like the more reference you use, the easier it becomes because that way you're also learning how the human body works.
Of
Like,
course,
you're
of
seeing,
course.
okay, that's how the arm would look if they were doing whatever pose you're going for.
Yeah.
Plus, it makes life easier.
No, I've realized that as well. I've since I started drawing on the iPad more, I've realized that I could my style has changed on there, because I like that you can mess around with Procreate so much. But I've
Yeah.
noticed that my lifelike in drawing people is much better on digital than it is doing it on paper and pencil, because I
Mhm.
was an epic fail yesterday trying to draw Falcon yesterday. uh, but no, I think that's some great advice, man. Definitely some great advice. Guys, make sure in the link in the description, it will have Raheem's links to his Instagram, his Twitter, his YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel and follow him on his pages. He pushes out some amazing artwork, but then he gets into debates as well.
Thanks so much, man. But it's weird. It's kind of weird with my YouTube page because I kind of get into debates by myself. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Let's skim this down from a 10-minute video to a small 2-3 minute video. It'd be much more easier for someone to just see it.
No, of course, and it's changed now, bro, because as you said, like for us, like we've come to a point now, we're coming up to, I think you're going to be 160 episodes, bro.
No way.
We've
Like, this
done,
is the
it
160
does,
episode.
yeah, this is going to be 160, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so, but it's not, again, it's not been about the viewers or how many likes you get, how many subscribers you get anymore. It's more of like, it was more content to connect with people, because you're gonna have one person, bro, who's gonna watch this video and get inspired.
Exactly, innit?
And
And
that's what I wanted. It was,
it's like that's awesome, innit?
yeah,
Sorry, as you were saying, keep
yeah.
interrupting me.
No, that's all right, bro. Exactly that. I just want to be able to inspire somebody, and even, just somebody saying thanks for putting that video up because it inspired me in some way. I think me and
Mm.
my brother know now that the podcast we do is really me and my brother catching up, because he lives so far away, and anybody who lives far away, that contact is like it slows down, doesn't it? You
Yeah,
don't
like
see
the
that
time.
person as much. Yeah. So it's the only for 3 years now is that it's guaranteed every weekend I speak to my brother, where some people they go months without speaking to each other. So,
Some
and
people even go with years, man.
I
The
know,
fact that you guys
man.
are doing the thing that keeps you joined together as a family is just like awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, bro. And bro, because we love it, bro, I'm telling you, every week something good comes out, we get excited. Bro, what
Exactly,
was
right, right now, isn't it?
right now? It's like every week something comes out, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't keep up with things no more, and it's
Like,
difficult.
the
But
only problem right now is that Falcon and the Winter Soldier finished, and you gotta wait one more month for the Loki.
yeah. Marvel are smart, bro. They know what they're doing, bro. What did you think of the Shang-Chi trailer, bro?
My days, I love
Shang-Chi,
that trailer.
Shang-Chi. What did you think?
Honestly, that trailer, I'm like, this has become the most hyped movie for me in the Marvel MCU.
Is there a reason for that, bro?
No, first of all, it's like it's more hyped than Black Widow, Eternal. We haven't seen Eternal, but even still, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I would watch Eternal, but I don't know, something about Shang-Chi just seems like, yes, it's well, first of all, because it's Asian representation, but even if we're to ignore that, everything about it just seems cool. That's literally what I can describe as just cool, what I'm seeing.
No,
Plus
of
the tiny
course.
thing to marine in it.
For me, it was the martial arts, bro.
Yeah, exactly. When that little kid doing those little martial arts moves, I'm like, oh my days, these are gonna look awesome. Especially if they actually, hopefully, I'm hoping they show you the entire martial arts choreography.
Same here. Same
You
here.
know,
I don't want it to be close up. I want it to be from far behind.
exactly. And look, it looks like they're actually doing that. So that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to see that, definitely. And bro, what was your thoughts on the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, bro?
Me, I loved it.
Mm,
Honestly, it's like, well, I've said this once or twice already, is that if this is the final movie he does for DC, I'm okay with.
mm,
Like if we don't get a continuation of it, I'm perfectly fine with. Because
yeah.
right now, after when you watch the 2017 one, you're like, this is the first Justice League movie, and it's crap. Like, what? Right? And now it feels like I'm content after watching this one. I'm like, this is the first Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Finally, it's like it's what you wanted in it.
Of course, bro.
And
Of course. I was upset after the film finished. Me and my brother were like, "How the hell did they give us that other version?"
exactly, right? Like it's everything they wanted. Like Warner Brothers,
Hmm.
this movie delivered. They wanted to like the movie. This
Hmm.
movie had it. The jokes, funny elements, they had it. Then it's like CG, like spectacular CG, big screen visuals. They had
Hmm.
this, and I'm like, how did they not give this like into like what? Which producer said this was unwatchable?
I
No,
don't.
really, it's like.
Did it feel like 4 hours for you though?
No, honestly, man, so you didn't feel that for that.
Because they. Do you think the
Didn't
chapters
feel,
were important?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that for me personally, like I absolutely loved it. It didn't feel like 4 hours, and this
Plus, I
guy they
wonder
didn't
what. Sorry, you finish first. I keep
guy
interrupting
they
you.
didn't have Green Lantern. That was it.
Same here. It's like it really had the entire league in the first movie, and you're like, oh, one member missing.
That's right. That's right. One member missing. All right, bro. I'm not going to keep you too long, and you did 2 sketches, bro, and I'm absolutely loving this Falcon one. Are you happy for me to share that, bro? Just I took a picture while you were
Yeah,
drawing.
that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with. Don't. I
Uh,
find. plus he gave me the opportunity to draw Falcon. You know, because I have been wanting to draw him, but it's just I haven't had time. So this gave me the opportunity to draw Falcon, and I'm like, yes, finally,
Bro, I want to
Falcon
see
as
a finished version of this, bro, because this looks sick.
Captain America, not Falcon.
Oh yes, Captain America, bro. Captain America. This looks awesome, bro. And I can't wait to you. I know whenever you get the chance to finish it off, because you've done that really well, bro. You've like his composure. You've just done him. I'm excited to see the finished version, bro. So I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks for that.
Hopefully, it won't be too long. Hopefully.
Yeah, import it into Procreate, and it's easy to finish off there, bro.
Yeah, that is very true. It's like I said, I'm very rusty with Photoshop right now, so I'm doing my best. I'm pretty sure someone who's watching this, they're probably gonna be like, "This is your best. I can't do more." I'm like, yes, I've been in that position where I look at someone else's sketch and I'm like, it looks like a final drawing. But it's like everyone's at their different levels. Everyone's got their,
Of course.
all like you said, everyone's on their own personal art journey. So you shouldn't really compare yourself to other people.
No.
It's like even literally before this year or 2020, I'll continuously compare myself to other artists. Why am I not reaching that? I'm putting in the same hours, or I'm putting in more hours, and then recently it doesn't matter. And I think by not comparing myself, it's actually helped my growth even more. I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. I'm able to do more than what I normally would do.
That's amazing. That's good, bro. And I can see that as well, bro. That's why when I saw like some of the work he did recently, I was like, man, his workload has changed dramatically. And proud of you, bro, man. Proud of you.
Thank you,
Just
man.
keep up the work. Keep up the work, guys. Again, as I said, links are in the description. Doesn't matter what platform you're listening to or watching, they're there. Make sure you go subscribe and go follow this guy's work. He's absolutely amazing, bro. Massive pleasure to have you on the show, man.
If they're not following you already, they should be following you as well. I've been loving your work. I've been loving everything you're doing. Like from all the social media videos, all the TikTok videos you've been doing here and there, which I'm loving. Like you're funny as hell, so that's awesome.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. I do my best, bro. I can't dance, but I could do some funny stuff, bro.
It works.
But yeah, no.
Not people on TikTok can't really dance. So really, it's like
it's true. A lot can't, but it seems to be getting the view. TikTok's a new thing now, bro, man. I think you need to. You're on there, innit? Get your artwork more on there, man. I want to see more.
I haven't been using it as much. I've posted a few process videos, which I love, but then I kind of thought, you know what? Let me take a break from this. Like, it's just trying to handle too much at one time.
No, of course. I totally get you, bro. That's why I think with the break, it's made me structure what I can do and what I post or whatever now, where before it was, as I said, it was just continuous and it was draining. It was like, I felt like I was living on the phone too much, but without being negative about it, I was trying to do something positive. So having that break, and not comparing myself. Sorry, what was the last bit you said, bro?
Refreshed your mind, gave you new. So far, I keep interrupting. It's just like some word comes to my mind. I'm like, I have to say this before I forget.
No, it's fine, bro. Totally fine. But now, honestly, I know we're gonna break our fast in the next hour and a bit, so I'm gonna go help the family out and cook. And but massive thank you, bro, for coming on the show, man. I've been wanting to get you on here for ages, so finally, now that we do this segment where we get guests on, today is the first time we get to do, a live sketch as well, and I can't thank you enough for that, man.
No, man, I can't thank you enough at all for even asking me. I'm like, oh my dude, I'm finally on this.
No, brilliant. Always good, man. All right. Sorry, bro.
I was just saying, I've been invited by Kib Liner to be on his show. It's just awesome.
Oh man, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I'm humbled, bro, because we met coming up 4 or 5 years ago now.
It's been 4 or 5 years. Wow. Okay.
Time goes by quick. So I'm hoping now that everything's kind of slowly getting back to normal. If we see each other at Comic-Con, if not, we catch each other at Orbital Comics, bro, and grab something to eat.
Yep.
Definitely catch up.
And hey, man, I've loved being here. If you want me to be on again, like, you know what? After this first time, I don't mind coming on again.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to speak to my brother. And as we
Mhm.
said, we usually do our podcast like Saturday, Sunday afternoons. So, yeah, I'll keep you posted, bro, because we could talk about specific subjects and stuff like that. And we can just talk
Yeah,
about
no
comic books.
rush, no rush. It's like no rush. I'm just feeling awesome being on this right now.
Nah, bro, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, cool, guys. As I said again, guys, we're on all platforms. Make sure you check us out: Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcast. What else was there recently? There's SoundCloud. There's so many I can't even keep up with it. But no, guys, remember Brothers Geek Out Podcast. Remember, we're now on Twitter and Instagram as well now. So make sure you check us out on there and follow us there. Make sure you're following Raheem Salim's work. And I'm on. Yeah, I'll catch you guys up soon, bro. Thank you again for jumping on, bro.
No, man,
Awesome.
thank you.